Oh, yesterday when the roofers were roofing, I turned that doorway into a window, but I had logs that were all about the same size. The top one, of course, is only half a slice, and yeah, the frame has to stay there because it's supporting the wall. So it's a little goofy. It won't look goofy on the inside because there's a countertop and sink that's going to go there. I think it'll be fine. When it's chinked, it won't look bad, and it will have a frame that goes top to bottom, and that's okay. So my issue here was no logs that were thin enough. Smallest log I had was 8 inches thick, so I had to slice some off there. This doorway in here, my next log, so the bottom log's easy. They're only 5.5 inches thick, but I had one that's 6, so I'm not going to carve that back for the sake of half an inch. But my next log is 17 inches. It has a face of 17 and a thickness of 6. And I don't have any spare logs that are big enough. It doesn't have to look perfect, right? That, after it's chinked, is going to look pretty good. This one here, that log's a little moist, is why it's darker, but we'll wire brush that, clean it up. So I've found myself some sections of poplar. All of the logs are the same age. So to make a 16, I've carved one down to 10. I now need to create a 7-inch so that I can support them roughly together and then cut one time through the middle to give myself a nice smooth cut. So cut the first one, not care too badly, cut the second one, not care too much, nail them together with a small gap, and then run the saw down between them, which should make it beautiful. So time lapse, I think. Well, that's all done. The logs are a slightly different colour because they need to be cleaned on the inside. That cork is not white cork, that is clear cork. It's white when you first put it on, and it turns clear with a brownish tint to it after about 2 or 3 days. Outside logs are a little darker, but that's because we've washed the outside logs 2 or 3 times. So they will all turn nice and grey. They're all lined up as good as they ever are. The issue with the doorway that closes like that is that when you look at this door, the logs on the right may be 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch higher than the logs on the left, which is what that was. And now, of course, I've lined them up. There's a little bit of a step change in a couple of them. But the windows are now the same height. That cork has to go clear, and it'll look good. Maybe on the next video when I'm back here, I'll show it after the cork has gone clear. Well, the cork, in fact, has gone clear on that one already. So, pretty good. Alrighty, that's it. End of the door to window conversion video.